Hello, welcome to Wednesday. It's about 9 a.m. here and already past 60 degrees, so I think we can say these seasons have officially changed. Both my husband and I got our first sunburns at our baby shower this weekend. At least he can count on a tan afterwards. I stay the same shade. I have been off work all week and absolutely do not want to go back. So, usual YouTube stuff. If you like this video, please consider leaving a comment or literally liking the video, as that kind of engagement helps the channel grow. Subscriptions are always welcome, but as you guys know, I am getting into the very pregnant zone of life, so I am not making any kind of upload schedule promise. I didn't get a chance to talk about the 2022 Invictus games on this channel, and there are already announcements about the 2025 Winter Games in Canada, not to mention the scheduled games in 2023 in Germany. So I am behind the times. I thought I would take some time today to catch up on Invictus news. So, what are the Invictus games? This is just a quick and dirty version because I think most of you already know. Inspired on a trip to the Warrior Games in the US in 2013, Harry founded Invictus, meaning unconquered, as a sort of mini Olympics for wounded veterans from all around the globe. The focus being on how sport can help physically, psychologically, and socially those suffering from injuries or illness. That was taken directly from the website. Which, Harry, if you're listening, the Invictus website really needs to be updated. We're still talking about the 2020 games all up on there. Anyway, the games have so far been held 5 times: London, Orlando, Toronto, Sydney, and The Hague most recently, with each iteration getting larger. Last week it was announced that 2 more countries, Colombia and Nigeria, were joining the foundation, bringing South America and Africa into the fold for the first time. I believe that brings the total number of countries participating in the games to 22. The most recent games were held last month. Can you believe that was already a month ago in the Netherlands? Hard to see how the games were anything but a huge success, once again provoking testimony from veterans about the importance of both physical and mental health care and drawing international attention to the plight of injured veterans from around the world. This year felt especially important with the inclusion of the Ukrainian team and a message from President Zelensky. Yesterday, it was announced that both the federal Canadian government and the government of British Columbia were both respectively pledging $15 million to the 2025 Hybrid Winter Games, which put Invictus back in the news. This pledge of a combined $30 million goes to show how much the games have grown since 2014. So, who would politicize an event designed for wounded veterans? What kind of asshole would do that, you ask? Well, the British kind, apparently. All throughout the 2022 games, the UK tabloid media were trying to find ways to attack Harry and Meghan, with royalists going so far as to start a petition to somehow take Invictus away from Harry. I mean, just read this. First off, Michelle has apparently never met a comma, and her use of capitalization leaves more questions than answers, but outside of the poor writing, it reads like someone who's in a cult. Do you need help, Michelle? I mean, the answer is very obviously yes. Anyway, it hasn't hit 5,000 signatures in the 11 months it's been up, so I don't think Harry really needs to sweat it. Self-proclaimed royal expert, it's hard to say that with a straight face, Richard Jobson, who cares, acknowledged that the games had been successful so far, but questioned how much longer they would receive funding and goodwill from host governments now that Harry is no longer a working member of the royal family. Jobson is just not sure how much longer it's got. A very honest question: how many times can you be dead wrong about your supposed expert subject material before you have to drop the expert title? Also, please note here that Jobson is supposedly Clarence House's preferred royal reporter. We see you, Charles. Why do the Invictus Games drive the British press, and I would argue the royal family, insane? Well, the most obvious answer, and like the answer to like 90% of all these questions, is it comes back to heir versus spare. Invictus, along with Centibale and a handful of other charitable endeavors, are tangible work products for Harry. And as Invictus grows and becomes more internationally renowned, it draws a certain comparison with his older brother, which doesn't favor the heir, to be frank. Harry is out of line as the spare, so the institution's attack, even when on its face attacking a program for wounded vets, should be incredibly unpopular. Invictus also ties Harry into the larger veteran community, which reminds people that out of the past at least 2 generations of royals, he's really the only one with any combat experience. This global community of veterans also lends Harry a ton of support, and they consider him one of theirs, which again draws a comparison that isn't favorable to his older brother. And it destroys the narrative that Harry is hated worldwide because he left the family. The extended standing ovation Harry and Meghan received at the Royal Marines Music Festival, after announcing their plans, was a slap in the face to both the palace and the tabloid press. An unfavorable reminder that William usually receives stilted silence. And then, of course, we have to talk about Meghan. Not that I don't like talking about Meghan, but she ties into this too. Harry chose to publicly debut his relationship with Meghan at the 2017 Toronto Games, which gave the UK the first inkling that she was different than the other women he had dated. The pictures that accompany each Invictus Games, Meghan being supportive and proud of her spouse, openly affectionate, again provoke an unfavorable comparison to those still stuck back in the firm. The royal narrative has been, quote, Meghan will bring Harry down for the past 6 years now. Invictus gives Meghan a public way of proving them wrong as the games and Harry's profile continues to grow bigger and bigger. Anyway, that ended up being longer than I thought it was going to be. Looking forward to more announcements surrounding Invictus and the good work they do for wounded veterans. Always happy to grab the popcorn and watch royal experts try and slam Harry for doing good. Hope this video finds you well, and we will see what this week brings in terms of video uploads. I don't know. Have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.